Started on this one, and I'm going to talk you through a couple of key parts of this drawing just as we get started, and we're going to try and draw this within the next 20 minutes to completion. Alright, so it says in the given information, given the front view and the left view of a model. Stop right there. Which one is the front view? Which one is the left view? Is A the front or B the front? I've got A's in class, I've got A's, who's got B's, B's, I've got B's in class, B's, A's, B's, A's, B's, which one is it? Which one is the front view? I've got again A's and B's. Come on people, if you can take a moment to look at this one as a hint here. This is always there, front, that's always there, left, yes or no? Right, so what do I have here? Front view, left view, okay? Alright, that means that if I am going to draw it here with a placement that they've given me, this must be the front view. So what I'll see from this direction is exactly this, the different surfaces here. What I see from the left side will be this. People, help dit vir jou om te begin met hierdie tekens voordat jy dit gedoen het. You must be able to understand this that I explained to you now before you start drawing. This is the first step in isometric drawing to orientate yourself. What is given? What are the views going to be like? Yes or no? Alright, now we can continue. The starting point using scale 2 to 1. In other words, these measurements, each one of them will times by 2. Or you will have to use a scale ruler that's got a 2 to 1, 2 to 1. There we go. 2 to 1 scale. Alright? Where applicable, all construction and auxiliary views must be shown. No hidden detail is required. If you look at this drawing, quickly look here. Those lines there are called non-isometric lines, 45 degrees. Okay? Nie isometrische line, hulle is 45 grade. You'll have to draw an auxiliary view for that. What are other examples of lines where you need auxiliary views? What about hexagons, octagons, pentagons? So, circles, not auxiliary view, but there's a different way of constructing them, yes? Okay, so what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to try and put all of this in a glass box, okay? And I'm going to be using the measurements that's given. So I'd love for you to draw with me. If you do want to take a moment to verify all these different measurements, and we'll get it on. Alright. Okay, let's start here at the bottom. I'm going to use my 30-degree triangle. Make sure your paper is lined up. And I can put a challenge out there if you're drawing in class. Let's see who can finish it before me, and your drawing might feature here at the end if you want me to show it to the world. We can. Alright, so we're starting off like that. 3 axes, very common start, of course. Alright, then we've got 56 on the front. Alternatively, you'll have to, of course, multiply. We're going to get half of that, which is going to be 28, ne? There's half of that. Alright, it's getting my center already, and then they've got the 14 here on this end. Another 14 on this end.
Wait, so sir, if the measurement was 20, you times by 2, so we put it.
Yeah. There's a 46 down here.
So that would be 92.
What measurement are you referring to, young man?
2 to 1.
2 to 1. So if it's 6, it becomes a 12 if you have just a normal ruler. If it's an 8, it's going to be a 16. If you have a scale ruler, you have to keep to, there's 10 millimeters, so that's my 8. Then there's an 18 here in a 6. Alright, that's sorted out. Once I have some basic lines drawn, I'm just going to do a construction line upward. Maybe it's good to get my height here quickly. So I've got 2, that's 6, and another 6. Just using these measurements here. Then we have 11, and another 11, which puts me at 22, and then there's a 17. Right, and then there's a radius on top. There's a radius here, which I say is 15. Okay, so that helped me. So here's the glass box that I'm referring to. Okay. If you don't know where to start in isometric, this would be a place to start. Okay, of course there's other methods as well, but at least here we have the basics. Then we're going to do the core measurements here. I'm just going to project that onto this surface. So you're just creating a grid for you to work from. In construction, your lines can be even lighter than mine. Same on the front here, although this one is just for this bottom, so I'll keep that short. This is the center, that's going to be an important one. Get another short one. Right, then our heights across. So you've got here a height that's important. On the front, there's 2 heights that's important. So you see here, I'm just kind of also judging which lines do I need to draw now. I don't need to draw on the side there. And that is to help me with less confusion. If you look at this left view, there's no corners here, so I left that one open, but on the front, there's actually 2 heights there, and so I've drawn that in also where I'm expecting it to be. Okay, then there's another height that comes across here. Let's do them on the front. We'll project backward. Alright, there we go. So once we have the basics, now we can start working on this drawing. And like I've also said in previous drawings, I really like to draw what I know for sure right at the beginning, nice and clear. It helps you see the actual drawing much quicker than when it's just a bunch of construction lines. So if you're confident of certain lines, make sure you draw that in so long, please. You don't know this angle yet, so I'll leave that out. That's going to be auxiliary view. On the left hand side, this surface here is this one, both of them. And upward. Okay, and that base, let's complete the base. Just in construction, that goes to the back. Same on this side. Alright, the next part of it is the base of this actual shape here. Hierdie basis gaan ons nou teken wat reg rond toe gaan. So there we've set 6 in, 6 in. On the sides there's a 5. So I haven't done that measurement yet, so I'll do that quickly. So there's the 5. Same on this side, there's a 5. Okay, then we're going to go up, and so for that we'll have to start ourselves with getting these 2 points. So we've determined this point on the front, so to get that line you'll have to determine those 2 points in isometric. Alright, And the same with the front, that part's going to be important over. So let's take it, let's try to just get this on the side here drawn, alright. So if I come back this way, we have our center, but you can see here, remember this center that we have here is in fact a line that if I would have put this in a glass box here, kom ek sit hom gou so vir jou. Ons het mos nou 'n glasbak hier om hom getrek. Yes. Okay. So the center that we have here is in fact this center that's right here on the front, in the middle. Okay, there's a glass box around it. So that point needs to go backward. So we know where that point is. We just need to determine the distance back. It's that 6 plus 8 plus 18. So it's 14 plus, it's 32. So on this one, construction line, take my 32. But I'm going to do a nice center line for me here. Okay, can you remember how do we do our symmetric circle? If this circle is a radius, everybody just quickly, do you understand how I got that center? Okay, so radius 15 means scale 2 to 1, 15 to all directions, this way, flip it, this way, this way, and I draw an isometric square. Yes or no? Right. Alright, so there it is. What is the first step next? The next step is the longest potential center line. Langs die lyn in die middel deur en dan van die stomphoek na die oorstaande. Parallel to that from the obtuse to the center. And all of that construction helped me determine that point, that point, that point, and that point. But in this arc, I'll be using this one and this one. Daar is die twee belangrikes wat ek nou bepaal het. Okay, yes or no? Alright, so let's do the first one here on the front. There we go. Double check it here, double check it there. There's my first arc. Flip it. Okay, there's that arc, and now okay, there's a line coming down here. We're going to determine that one in a movement. Maybe let's do that quickly. Okay, so on this one, that's at the back. This one we have, and that one we have. We need to get the line all the way down to the base. Okay, so there was the width. Let's bring both of them back, and there it touches. You see that? Okay, so in construction, I go back here. That means this one probably is drawn a little bit too dark. That could have been a construction line. Let me just help you out here again. on that. There it is. Just make sure that's a construction line, because this line here must be a tangential. Okay. Okay, you keeping up? Alright, so the back will be parallel to this one. And we still have to draw this arc. So to get that arc, we go 30 degrees out. This is the one that I used, and it's this one that I used. What's the depth? It is 8, so it's 16. Or 8 millimeters here. Do that in construction. Okay, that goes at 30 degrees. Let me just do that again. So this point at 30 degrees out, 8 millimeters, which is 16 in scale 1 to 2 to 1, same with this one. And now I'm taking that same radius I had here, and I'm going to apply it and draw a arc here. Okay, same with the bigger one, same radius that I drew there, draw an arc. Just do it in construction first round. And then on the end there comes a 30-degree line. Alright, and then on this one, using my grade 10 drawing techniques, having two triangles next to each other, I'm going to slide parallel to this line, the line at the back. Let me just line it up again. And that should take this corner too. This one, there's a height there, we'll determine that height now. So I'm just going to draw that in, but we can draw the back in. Sorry. Okay, any questions, any step that you'd like me to repeat up to this point? So do you know how I got this line? I took that distance, which I say is 8, I projected it from the base up to this corner and back. That distance here all the way is 6 millimeters. So where it meets, that's if I would extend that line. But there's a height here, if you look at that, there's a height of 11. Do you see that? And so that's my next one to determine. Okay, so on this height, we're going to measure 11 up. There it is. And we're going to bring that across. To get this part. Then it goes this way for 18. There's no D like EGD. Okay. All right, the other height on the front is another 11, so we can bring that also up there. There's that 11. Bring that across. And it's now this one.
What's that? When you took 6 millimeters back, is it multiplied by 2?
Yeah. No, everything is by 2 because you're doing the scale to 1. Ja. Ja, die ene. Okay. Are you talking about, did you get it at the bottom here? This one. Okay. So you have this 8 going up here. Okay. And then at that height, I'm going to go at 30 degrees. For, if you look at here, it says 5 millimeters. See that? Okay. And then where it meets there, it's a corner. So that's where I aimed for. All right. And then to get that height, the perpendicular height is 11. So there's my 11. Bring that across, and where it meets, that's that corner. Now I'm at the next one. That's another 11 on top of this one. There it is. That comes across. And in. And so these two are parallel to each other. So there's this one, parallel. So that's parallel to that one, to this one here. So there. Parallel. Okay, I'll repeat myself in a moment. Okay, would you like me to repeat those steps for that one? Just let me see who I'm talking with, or all of you sort it out. Wees net as jy wil hê ek moet weer verduidelik hierdie deel. Is jy reg? Anybody wants me to repeat this part? Are you all happy? Not happy? Happy. Look, so we're just using the measurements that's given. Okay? We had this distance here from the beginning as 8, up and back, that's 5. And so if we look on this side, all these corners, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all one line. Same angle. So if I've determined one of them, which was this one, this was my first one, okay, then I know if I slide parallel to it, I'm going to get the back, I'm going to get this one and that one. Then the only other thing that I have to determine is their height. And so if I have this height and I bring it across at 30 degrees, and this is the 11, and there's the other 11 that I get, that I get here. So if I have all of that, bring that across to the actual angle and then forward. Okay, so now on the other end, we're going to do a similar step. So we go up here in construction, just from that corner. It's again 11 and 11. Okay, so that should line up with that one. And the bottom one is going to actually line up with this one. Okay. All right, so from here, Okay, let's get that back one as well. Let's draw that in construction. Same angle. Bring this across. Just want to determine that center, so there and up. So there it's 12 to either side, or 6 if it's ready to scale. Okay, then the 11 is the one that I've already drawn here. You see how if I have a grid, it very quickly comes together. Okay, sorry, this line I haven't done the height yet, so let me just ignore that one. So this height we have to bring across first, but for that I'm going to need the guideline here, so parallel to that one again, which is parallel to that side there, which is going to be parallel for this one. That's a construction line. And so where this corner meets that corner, and it's from this point that I draw my height across. You see that line is this one. Okay. Okay, shout if you need me to repeat the step, please. Shout, 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 shout. You're shouting on behalf of others as well. Okay. All right. Before we do the circle, let's quickly look at this bottom part, and I really need to clean this instrument. I apologize for that. This is at 45 degrees. So how do I do that? You somewhere on your piece of paper, just draw what is given here. They've got a bottom line. Almal kyk gou hier. Kyk. Almal vir julle. We have to just draw this somewhere to find this. So I've drawn this line. It's just a construction line at an angle. Then what's the angle there? 45. You take your ruler. Do a 45. What's the height difference there? 6 millimeters, right? Which is a scale 1 to 2, of course, going to be 6 here, or 12 millimeters technically. And then back. So what we've done is, you see this Z here, there it runs. There, come down, down. What I did now is I actually determined this part. That distance from here to here. That's what I determined. It's this distance that I was not sure of. So I can now take that as an auxiliary view. Go this way, or even from here, I can do it from there. Same on this one. And then draw that in. There's the one. Yes or no? Okay, the only thing that's left on this drawing is then my circle here, and that you've done now 100 times. So that inner one is diameter 16, which is in fact 8 and 8. Copy that. I'm going to use a different color pen here so that you can actually see this one. So here it goes, it's a red. So there's the square. Ah, wrong line. Now I can't erase it, that sucks. Okay, there we go. Alright, so please ignore this one. Alright, first line is the one that's in the center here. The second one, that one, third one, that one. And that helped me determine this point, this point, this point, and this point. First radius. Sure. Something here isn't feeling 100%. Okay. I think you've done enough isometric circles for me to help you in this one. Hieronder. Alright, let me just finish this quickly. Okay, everybody look again quickly. I've got a question on this. How did I get that? So kyk gou, hoi. Ek weet nie weer verduidelik nie. To get this part, it says there 45. That's already an indication you need an auxiliary view. Om daar 45 grade sê, jy sal moet dit konstrueer. So wat ek gedoen het is, ek het net 'n lyntjie getrek, doodgewone lyn. Daardie punt is daai punt. So I'm redrawing that at 45 degrees. What's the height? Help me out. 6, né? And I draw another line. And that helped me to determine, if I bring a line down from there, what is this distance? Because that's what I didn't know. And so I take that distance and then I place it here and there and just join. Radio, that is then a talk through page 312 as an isometric drawing. Took a bit longer than I hoped, but I think there's some value in that for you. Alright, thank you for watching. Now it's your turn.